Absolutely. And then obviously the devastating news of his sad passing in 2007. I mean, just talk to me about how wonderful a singer he was and a talented musician he was. I mean, in terms of his voice, I mean, where do you rank him among the best?
Oh, he's right up there with the best of us. If you were sitting next to Brad and Brad was singing a line, it sounded as though it had already been processed through a bunch of different equipment. His voice was just that special. And, a lot of people know this, but he was a huge Beatles fan. And for years, he had his own Beatles cover group, Beetlejuice. And he was able to cover all of the Beatles' singing voices. When he sang George Harrison, it sounded like George Harrison. When he sang Paul McCartney, it sounded like Paul McCartney. It was just the vocal facility he had was just unbelievable, and very rarely sang a bad note. And if he had a night where he was having trouble singing, it was really, really upsetting to him because it was really important that he give it everything he got, and that people weren't disappointed in any way.
Tremendous
Super
stuff.
guy too. Super guy. Like you mentioned, he was my brother-in-law. And, our kids grew up together. We spent a lot of time, outside of the band stuff, with the kids and that. And, just a super guy. We do a show. After the show, Brad would make a point of speaking to everybody that wanted to speak to him, sign anything people wanted to sign, take pictures with him. And we did our RTZ tour. There were nights where we'd have to drag him onto the bus to leave because he would just stay there to the very last minute and speak to anybody that wanted to speak to him. He was just that kind of guy.
Brilliant. Absolutely
And
brilliant.
it's just a huge, huge, huge disappointment when he committed suicide. Being that close to him, and we knew he had some issues with depression, but none of us ever thought that it was to that point. And there's a certain feeling of helplessness and even guilt that you didn't recognize what was going on and you weren't able to step in and try to get a different result. So that was awful.
Yeah, I can imagine.